Hello everyone, my name is Danny Purchase and I'm the Acting President of the Empowerabilities Board of Directors, and this meeting is officially called to order. As a member of the board, we have many responsibilities, but one of the main responsibilities is for us, both as a board of directors and also as the staff of Empowerabilities, is to make sure that they're living up to the mission of the organization. That mission is to remove barriers and empower independent living for all people with disabilities. First on the agenda, I'd like to introduce our CEO, Shannon Porter. In 2020, we faced many challenges with the pandemic and everything that came with it, but Shannon has been a tremendous asset, a tremendous leader throughout all of this, and I just can't commend her enough for everything that she's done for Empowerabilities. So with that, I'll turn it over to Shannon as she goes through the different wins and successes that we've shared in the last year.
Thank you, Danny, and thank you all for joining us today. To say that 2020 was a strange year is an understatement. It was primarily a year of loss for all of us. Many lost friends and family to COVID-19, and for those who were fortunate not to have been touched by this, all of us lost a way of life. Family vacations, barbecues with friends, family reunions, weddings, and other celebrations were canceled with no real idea of when they could be rescheduled. Families suddenly trying to navigate homeschooling and working in the same space and keeping their sanity on days that didn't go so well. I know when we made the decision to close our offices last March, I never expected we would still be closed to the public a year later. I knew we were making the best decision for staff, consumers, and the community, but I didn't know how we would manage to continue to provide services and fulfill our mission with our front doors locked. Although at that time I hoped we could provide at least the basic services virtually and over the phone, what came out of the last year was a whole new way of service delivery that I'm so proud of. Our leadership and staff came together to regroup and find innovative ways to meet the needs of those that we serve. Our IL staff moved to virtual group meetings and has continued to provide peer support and independent living skills services. They've even added a beginner's learning sign language course that's open to all who want to learn a new language and communicate with those who are deaf or nonverbal. Our access and technology team has continued to demonstrate technology solutions through their Tech Tuesday videos and through virtual appointments. They've been donating out equipment through it all with no or low contact exchanges, and home modifications has continued to build ramps, although our ability to work with volunteer groups has been reduced. Our transition staff have helped dozens of people leaving the nursing home and regaining their independence in the community, which not only gives them their life back, but reduces their risk for contracting COVID-19. Moving's a challenge for anyone, but when someone has almost no possessions, helping them set up a new household takes a team effort, and pandemic or no, it didn't slow them down a bit. Our CDS team ensured that all of our CDS consumers stayed safe and had the essentials during the shortages that we experienced last spring. They delivered toilet paper and other necessities to the front doors of anyone in need and were there to check on and support the participants during a really scary time. They rolled with the shift to working virtually while maintaining their deadlines and keeping close contact with those that they support. Our accounting team kept us and hundreds of attendants paid so that we never had to worry about paying bills or getting groceries, which we've all come to appreciate in a time when many are out of work. Since so much of what they do requires them to be in the office, they've reported to work while many of us have worked from home without complaining or missing a beat. Our HR, EVV, and administrative support staff have held the pieces together and made sure information and calls didn't go unseen or unanswered. Our solutions squad found ways to make us feel like a team through events and activities that made us laugh together despite being far away. I never imagined a year ago that we would be where we are today, but I'm so proud of what we've been able to achieve and the work that we've done despite the challenges that we've faced. I can't wait to get back to the office and see my coworkers in person, go to dances and events, and return to a more normal life. But I think what we've gone through has shown how strong we are together. Lastly, I want to thank the Empowerabilities leadership team and the board of directors. Their support and guidance during this difficult year was invaluable to me. Thank you. Next, we would like to share with you a personal story from someone receiving attendant care services. A special thank you to Devin Payton of MSU for putting Catherine's story together to share with all of us. After you meet Catherine, we have a presentation of our annual report, which quantifies all that we've done in the last reporting year. From there, we will have a short montage of staff highlighting what 2020 looked like for all of us. And then we have some recognitions and awards to present.
Catherine's Story by Devin Payton, MSU student and Empowerabilities intern. Catherine is a talented, well-spoken, and ambitious woman. Catherine strongly believes that the things in life she has the control to make better, she will make better. She's accomplished many wonderful things in her life. Catherine is a mom to a son and a daughter that she calls the best things to have happened to her. Catherine holds 2 bachelor's degrees, one in music to feed her dreams of being an opera star, and one in elementary education, which led her to becoming a music teacher in local preschools. Catherine supported herself through college by working in salmon canneries in Alaska during the summer. It wasn't all that glamorous, and Catherine says it taught her that she can do anything she puts her mind to. Catherine has used that phrase in many aspects of her life, especially when it comes to overcoming life-altering health problems recently. Catherine started experiencing a major decline in her health 7 years ago after a stroke left her paralyzed in her left leg. Since then, Catherine's been diagnosed with diabetes, congestive heart failure, vision loss, and at the moment she's unable to walk without a cane. Due to her health struggles, Catherine has had no other option but to depend on her son as a caretaker and had accumulated a lot of debt. When Catherine and her family first connected with Empowerabilities a couple years ago, her son was working countless hours at his job outside of the house, as well as serving as Catherine's caretaker. You can hear the pain in Catherine's voice when she recalls how hard things were those days. That guilt of your child having to sacrifice so much for you is too heavy to bear. Catherine values her independence and wants to respect both of her children by allowing them to be free of her health struggles. This is why the CDS services that Catherine was able to learn about through Empowerabilities are so important to her. It allows my son to be treated and paid fairly for the work he does for me, says Catherine. The financial side of their relationship is no longer as much of a strain because he's being paid for the work he does for her. This is important to Catherine because she trusts her son and knows that the person who's looking after her is truly looking out for her best interest. Catherine shared that if she were to not have CDS services, she would be on public assistance and in a nursing home. Catherine is grateful for the opportunity CDS has given her to appreciate her son in a way that she wouldn't otherwise have the means to do, and to Empowerabilities for helping to remove barriers and support independent living.
Thank you everyone for joining us for today's annual meeting. Before we finish, I would like to recognize the amazing staff at Empower Abilities. Despite the difficult year that we've all had, I would like to commend them for still being able to accomplish and work towards our mission. So a big kudos goes out to all the staff at Empower Abilities. And with that, our meeting is adjourned. Stay safe everyone and have a great day.